One of the biggest problems that I have with society is that we have accepted the 9 to 5 system. We have accepted that we must work for the system in order to survive in this world. And we don't see anything wrong with that. We don't see anything wrong with waking up in the morning and going to work just to survive. We don't see anything wrong with working a job that you hate just to survive. We don't see anything wrong with working with people who don't like us or people that we do not like just to survive. Doing things that we do not want to do just to survive. I don't see anything wrong with that. We don't see anything wrong with not having time to do the things that we really want to do as humans. Other animals are doing what they want to do. But humans, nah. They're not doing what they want to do. They're doing what the system wants them to do. They do not have enough time to do the things that they want to do. By the time they come back from work, they're tired. If you have to start work at 9 and have to go home at 5, you'll be tired, right? You'll be tired. You won't really have time to do the things that you want to do. All you'll be thinking about is work. Damn, I didn't finish that project. Damn, I shouldn't have said that to my boss. Damn, I shouldn't have sent that letter. Ish, can I find another job? But people are taking me for granted at work. What if I lose my job? How will I be able to pay my bills? You don't really have time to think about what you really want to do. Yeah. And you don't see anything wrong with that. We send kids to school to be trained to become workers, to be trained on how to feed this system, how to give themselves to this system, and not have a problem, not ask questions. No wonder there's so many confused people in this world. People are confused. They're unhappy. They're unfulfilled. They don't know what they're doing. We're being forced to do things that we wouldn't want to do. We're only doing these things because we want to survive, not because we would want to do these things. Children are not being taught to find their purpose in life, right? They're not being taught how to find happiness. They're not being taught how to live fulfilling lives. They're only being taught what the system wants them to be taught so that they'll become workers. Humans are being treated like robots. You're not supposed to do what you want to do. You're supposed to do what the system wants you to do. You shouldn't care about your happiness. You see, it even got to a point where people are being told that they shouldn't try to pursue happiness. But like, no, you mustn't do what you want to do. You must do what the system wants you to do. This system is our God. The system is always right. We must do what the system wants us to do. How can people be happy in a society like that? In a society where they have to do things that they do not want to do in order to survive. How can slaves be happy? They train us to become slaves. Be like, nah, you shouldn't worry about what you want to do. You shouldn't worry about your mental health. You must worry about benefiting the system so that it will reward you. So that you'll be able to make a living. Because if you don't if you don't benefit the system, you're not going to be able to make a living. This is slavery, bro. I'm surprised that people are still having children. People who don't even have money, they're having children. What do they think is going to happen? Their children are going to have to work just to live in a world that they didn't even ask to be brought into. They'll have to do things that they do not want to do in order to live in a world that they didn't even ask to be born into. Because people are not being given enough time to think, enough time to ask questions. You see? That's the problem, because people don't think. I'm telling you, people do not think. They don't have time to think. They're stressing. They're stressing about work. They're stressing about school. How am I going to ace that test? They're not really learning anything, really. But they have to pass some tests so that the system will give them jobs. Don't have time to think for themselves, to ask the right questions, to develop spiritually, to figure out what they really want, to figure out who they are, what the whole experience is about. They don't have time to ask themselves the most important questions. I mean, we have to figure out what this is all about. That is important. You know, we must figure out what we really want to do. That is important, but we don't have time. You know, when we were little kids, we weren't really taught to think for ourselves. We weren't even taught to think. We were taught to memorize some stuff that doesn't really help us grow. We were basically getting indoctrinated. By the time we are older, we don't know anything. We only know the nonsense that we've been taught, and we were only taught this nonsense so that we will be able to work for the system without asking questions, so that we will fully depend on this system. Even if we ask questions, we will have to depend on the system because, well, we didn't use the time that we had to figure out what we need to do in life in order to survive, so we depend on this system. And on top of everything, people are reproducing like they don't see what is going on. So the system just pick and choose who qualifies to work for it. But like, well, if you screw up, there's thousands of you out there. If you screw up, you're replaceable. So you have to work for this system, no matter how it's treating you. Even if you're not happy, you should wake up in the morning and go and work for this system because, well, you just don't have a choice. People don't see anything wrong with that. Like, that's okay. No, it's not. That is slavery. We have been tricked into accepting slavery. And now, nothing makes sense. Everyone is confused. Everyone's like, why am I not happy? It's social media that's making people unhappy. No, it's not social media. It's the fact that we weren't taught the right things. We know nothing. People know nothing that is actually important for them to know. They only know how to work for the system. They don't know how to rely on themselves. How to survive on their own. How to find joy by just being with other people. They can't even have fun anymore. Remember when we were children, we were able to have fun. We didn't really need toys. We didn't need cell phones. We didn't need computers. We knew how to have fun. We'll go to the street and actually decide what games we're going to play, and we would have fun. We wouldn't be thinking about food. We wouldn't be thinking about Donald Trump. We wouldn't be thinking about Nelson Mandela. We wouldn't be thinking about anything other than having fun. Because human beings want to have fun. They want to enjoy their experience. They do not want to be slaves. They do not want to do things that they do not want to do. I've worked as a teacher, and I can tell you that kids hate being at school. Like, they really, really hate being at school. I've worked so many jobs, and I can tell you, people hate being at work. Can't wait to go home. I remember when I was working as a teacher, we would always complain on our payday. Like, damn, why are we still here? They know that today we're getting paid. We gotta buy, groceries and all that. So why are we, we're supposed to be buying stuff. We're not supposed to still be teaching right now. Like, people don't want to be at work, bro. Even the school kids will be like, you guys are getting paid today. Why are we still here? We're tired. if you've worked as a teacher, or even if you even worked as a teacher, remember when you were still a student, remember how you'd feel when the siren rang? And you knew that it was time, like, for you to go home. You'd be like, ah! Every time when the siren rang, when I was working as a teacher, students would go crazy. When, you know, they knew that, okay, now it's time for them to go home. They would go crazy, bro. They would run. They're ready to go. They're running. They want to go back home. They're tired because they were in prison the whole fucking day. Let's stop lying ourselves. This ain't working. This ain't what we want as humanity. No one really loves this, bro. No one loves this system. Like, the people who are actually benefiting from this system are the people who are on top. These are the people who are running shit. These are the people who are making decisions for everyone. These are the people that we are worshipping. The people who are telling us what to do. The people who are telling us to jump. Like, jump, and we jump. These are the people who are actually enjoying this. But us, regular people, we ain't happy. We're not enjoying this. We don't wake up in the morning and go to work because we want to go to work. We wake up in the morning and go to work because we live in a world where people have accepted the 9-to-5 system that doesn't even work for them, that doesn't even benefit them. And they do not know how to rely on themselves anymore. The Matrix has managed to actually make people forget how to rely on themselves. When I was growing up, my grandparents were able to rely on themselves. My parents weren't really able to rely on themselves, you know, because they were being corrupted by the Matrix. Don't rely on yourself. We're going to make things easy for you. You just got to learn what we're teaching you and we'll give you jobs. You don't have to do much. You just wake up in the morning and then do the things that we're saying you must do and we're going to pay you. We have accepted nonsense. That is why people are not happy. There's nothing to do with social media. Like, hey, we're competing, you know. You see other people living the kind of life that you want to live, so you feel unhappy. And nah, that's not, like, let's realize that if we didn't accept our own enslavement, if we decided to fight back, if we decided to be like, no, we don't want to wake up and work. That seemed like a scam. We just want to do our own thing. We're able to survive without having to work for the system. You know, we've survived on our own. We weren't depending on this system. So no, we don't want to work for this system. We could have rejected the system. And we could have been able to do things that actually make. When I was growing up, we used to do things that make us happy. Even adults used to do things that make them happy, bro. Now, no one is doing anything for fun out here, bro. Everyone is too busy focusing on work. Everyone is too busy focusing on school. You know, your parents find you having fun. Like, why are you having fun? Why are you not studying? You're not serious with your life. You're not serious. Yeah, I should be having fun. I should be having fun. I shouldn't be a slave, do things that I do not want to do just because I live in a world where people have been brainwashed into thinking that doing things that they do not want to do is actually how they, should be living their lives. Like, no. You're supposed to be having fun. You're supposed to be doing the things that you really, really, really want to do. You've been lied to. You are replaceable. Your boss doesn't really care about you. You are replaceable. If you are unable to do the kind of work that he wants you to do, you might start thinking about replacing you. If you are not making the company money, the company must start considering replacing you. This system has divided us. People are unable to love one another anymore. Men and women are fighting. Friends are competing. If you are not successful, no one wants to be around you. Your own family turns a bag on you. Like, hey, you got nothing. You don't have a car. You don't have a house. You got nothing. So we can't take you seriously. We don't even want to listen to what you have to say. Because you're not working for this system. You're not benefiting this system. So you're nothing. Girls be like, you're driving a Corolla. I remember this guy told me that he went to see this other girl. He was driving a Corolla and he was waiting for her outside her house, and when she got out, she saw that he was driving a Corolla. She went back inside and he called her and she was like, so you expect me to get inside that thing? You expect me to get inside that thing? We are fucked, all right? This society is fucked. That is the truth. Women expect you to have money. Her parents expect you to have money. Her friends expect you to have money. Her sisters expect you to have money. Her brothers expect you to have money. Her uncles expect you to have money. Otherwise, no one is going to be like, hey, that's a good guy. You should date that guy. No. Everyone is looking at what you have. Humanity is screwed. You have to understand that. Humans can't even connect the way that they used to. We don't know who we are anymore. We're too busy working. We forget how to be happy. How to live fulfilling lives. How to connect. How to make relationships work. If you don't make dollar, it doesn't make sense. It's all about the money. Dude, this is really messed. Like, the society that we live in is truly messed up. Don't let anyone lie to you. This 9-to-5 thing is now working at all. And on top of everything, it's not even easy to get a job. And that's why people are just taking anything. if they advertised a post tomorrow where I live, you'd find more than 5,000 people in a queue waiting to apply for one post. That shows you how fucked up things are. I'm talking about one post. And I'm not even talking about a post that pays good money. I'm talking about a post that maybe pays more than 10 grand. A post that pays more than $1,000. Alright? You find more than 5,000 people, and people will blame you for not wanting to have kids. But like, you're crazy for not wanting to have kids. Like, why? What if my children ask me questions that I should have asked myself, that I didn't ask myself because I was too busy trying to feed the system? So I didn't have enough time to ask myself these questions. So I do not have answers to these questions. What if my children ask me questions that each and every human should ask themselves? Because, well, these questions are important. People should be asking themselves these questions. It doesn't make sense not to be asking these questions. You should know what this is all about, why you are here, what you want to do to, enjoy this human experience. You must know. But or being discouraged from thinking. You shouldn't think for yourself. Thinking for yourself is wrong. You shouldn't ask questions. Asking questions is wrong. You shouldn't try to be independent. Being independent is wrong. If you try to start your own business, everyone's going to be looking at you like you're crazy. Your own family isn't going to support you. Like, I want to start my own business. Your own parents ain't going to support you. But if you tell them that, hey, I wanna take this course, be like, yeah, we have money. But if you say, yeah, I want to start my own business, be like, no. Nope. This is the kind of world that we live in. They're not going to support you if you want to start your own thing. They're going to support you if you try to feed the system. We've been brainwashed so much that we really cannot think for ourselves as humans. We live in a world where everything is upside down. This 9-to-5 system ain't taking us nowhere as a society. We will be doing what the system wants us to do, but we won't be happy. So from the outside, it will look like society is actually working. But when you try to have conversations with people, you'd realize that nope, it isn't. People ain't happy. And that's a huge problem. And when you look at things from the outside, you'll be like, but things are working. I mean, look at the kind of technology that we have. It's easy to travel now. Everyone is waking up in the morning going to work. Everyone is waking up in the morning going to school. So that means that this system is working. No, people ain't happy. They're just doing what they're doing because they don't know what else they should be doing. Like, what else can I do? I just gotta do what everyone else is doing, because if I try to do my own thing, I probably won't succeed because people have not been programmed to support me. We're not even programmed to support other people who are trying to do their own thing. So people just have to just work in order to survive. Like, it's not easy to start your own business because people have been programmed to not support local businesses. This reminds me of this other episode from South Park. I think it's called Walmart something. So they brought Walmart into South Park. Yeah, they brought Walmart to South Park, and yeah, people went to shop in Walmart. They stopped shopping in. They stopped supporting local businesses. They started supporting Walmart, and people who had small businesses had to close their businesses because no one was supporting them. And they decided that, you know what, that is wrong. That is not fair. Let's stop shopping at Walmart. And they all agree that they're not going to shop at Walmart. And then Randy Marsh, he's going to screw up. Woke up in the middle of the night and he was like, you know what, I just want to buy something. I think they broke something. And he was like, you know what, let's go and buy it at Walmart. They just go and buy a replacement at Walmart. And they went to Walmart and they found a lot of people there. So they couldn't get rid of Walmart. But yeah, it's really a messed up system. Those who have money are the ones who are running society. You know, they pin us against each other. We don't know how to be there for each other as people because we are busy trying to make money. We're busy trying to feed this system. They're making us compete against one another as humans. And want to pretend as if, life is making sense right now. No. There are a lot of things that are happening that are just wrong. How many people do you know who actually love their jobs? Do you have friends who seem to be happy with their jobs? It seems to me that almost every person in this world isn't happy with their job. It's funny, but it's true. I mean, people do appreciate their jobs because they must be able to provide for themselves because, you have to pay to live on this planet. But really, people don't enjoy their jobs. When you look at the way that animals are living, you'd realize that they actually do enjoy doing the things that they do. To them, it doesn't really seem like work. But human beings have to do things that they do not want to do in order to survive. And we have convinced ourselves that that is in slavery. They have to work for people that they do not want to work for in order to survive. People that they do not like, people that they are always complaining about, people that they think are greedy, people that they think are bad. They have to work for these people in order to survive. And somehow we've convinced ourselves that that is good. Somehow we've convinced ourselves that that actually makes sense. It seems to me that people are expected to do more than they used to do where they work. Like each and every year, they have more work to do than they did the previous year. If you realize that, the whole thing is a scam. Like you get employed and you don't have a lot of work to do and you're happy. The next year, now you got more work to do and you're like, what? The year after that, like that's how things work. People have a lot of work to do that they can't really focus on anything else. I remember I was having a conversation with this other guy. It made me laugh. He's like, bro, the work that I do is so damn hard that even when I'm sleeping, like, I'm not supposed to be dreaming about work, but I dream about work. Like, I'll be doing something that I do at work. I mean, shouldn't I be dreaming about something else? Shouldn't I be dreaming about myself in a nice place? Not really doing the things that I don't want to be doing? And that made me laugh. His life revolves around work. So it got to a point where all he knows is work. Like, there isn't much that is going on in his life. Like, it's just work, 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 work. So he even dream about work. Like, there's no break. Is it a problem? Like, there's no break. So I think that's unhealthy. And a lot of people know that. But they don't have a choice, because that's how things work in this realm that we found ourselves in. You gotta work in order to survive. People are losing hope, because they're not happy, they're not enjoying the experience. The billionaires of this world are wondering why people ain't having children. But, oh, you gotta have children. But the truth is that people are losing hope. People are tired of how things work in the world. People are waking up. People can see that something is off. They can see that they do not want things to be the way that they are. They want things to be better. But they don't know how to make things better. Because even if you as an individual decided that you wanted to make things better, you can't really change much. Maybe you can save yourself, but you can't save everyone else. You can't make people see what you see. You can't make people brave. So even if they see what you see, because humans are cowards, it's not easy for them to make necessary decisions that will actually lead to change, like real change. It sucks, man, having to do a job that you don't want to do just because you want to pay your bills. It's like prostitution, like when you think about it. It's like prostitution. The reason why a lot of women are against prostitution, like, let me say people in general, not just, a lot of men are not against prostitution because they do benefit, but a lot of women are against prostitution. It's because they find it disgusting to have sex with a person that you do not want to have sex with, so that they will pay you some money. But that's just like having a job. You are doing something that you don't want to do, and having a job is much worse if that you don't want to do that job, because you have to work almost every day. Wake up very early in the morning, you go to work, and then go back home at night. Like, that's much worse than prostitution when you really think about it. Because with prostitution, a woman might just have sex with 3-4 guys a day, and she she decides if she wants to or not. It's not like she's gonna lose her job, you know. So it's the same. It's actually much worse having a job that you do not like. It's just that because human beings are programmable, we don't really see things as they are. So yes, girls be like, oh yeah, prostitutes are bad. Prostitutes don't respect themselves, but do we respect ourselves? Do we respect ourselves? Do we do the things that we really want to do? Or the things that we're doing these things for money, not because we want to do these things. I remember growing up, I wanted to pursue a career in music. I'm still gonna make music. Like I'm making music actually. I enjoyed the whole process. It wasn't like, oh, I gotta make money today. Like I would make music knowing that I'm not gonna make money, but I would spend a lot of time, you know, making music. Why? Because I enjoyed making music. It didn't feel like work, right? It's just something that I wanted to do. So if I made it as a rapper, it would be dope. Being able to do what I love and getting paid to do what I love. Because that wouldn't be like prostitution. But if you are doing what you do not want to do for money, that's prostitution. You're selling your body for money. Because when you work, you literally have to go to work, to where you work. Like especially if you're doing, if you're doing a job that you do not want to do. Those kind of jobs require you to be there in person. You have to be there. You have to be doing things. The same way that prostitute will have to be there. You know. So the truth is that working a job that you do not like is like prostitution. That is why we are unfulfilled. That's why we are unhappy. No woman will be happy having sex with a guy that she doesn't want to have sex with. It will feel like rape, right? She'll feel like she's getting raped because she's not enjoying the sex. So it does feel like rape. But well, she wants money, so what can she do? So if you're doing a job that you do not like, of course, you're not going to feel good. You'll be feel the same way that a prostitute would feel. But you gotta make some money in order to survive. This society that we have created isn't really working for us. It's only working for those who are in power, those who tell us what to do. It's not working for us. But the people who are in power and who are telling us what to do, this is working very well for them. Like this is what they want, this is what they prefer, and that is why they are actually encouraging people to go to school and be given some papers that say that they qualify to have these jobs. You know, they'll be able to do these jobs even if they didn't go to school. Like, school is a distraction, really. When you think about it, like you don't need to go to school for 12 years to actually be able to do your job very well. It doesn't make sense. At the age of 15, I was ready. At the age of 15, I was ready to work. But nah, you still gotta go to school, study, stress. I know people who didn't do very well at school, but who are actually performing better at work than the people who did well at school. I know people who didn't even pass like grade 12 who are able to do a better job than those who passed grade 12. So it's a scam when you think about it. Because you passing at school doesn't mean that you'll actually be good at what you do. Like, it doesn't mean that at all. So it's just a distraction. They just make people feel like if they don't pass, they don't qualify to have a job. Like, their method of testing ain't even best. Like, that was one of my biggest problems actually with school. Like, the way that they're testing us isn't good. It's like they are looking for a certain type of intelligence, right? So if you're intelligent in some ways, they might not really credit you. But if you possess the kind of intelligence that they want to be like, yeah, you qualify. Like, what? It's all upside down, man. That's why I think kids should be encouraged to pursue their own goals rather than being forced to be like everyone else. Because school only credits a certain kind of intelligence, not even the highest form of intelligence. It's just looking for people who can memorize things, people who can follow orders, people who can remember things. Like, if you have a photographic memory, you're good. You're gonna perform very well at school. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you're smart. You could have a photographic memory but still be a dumbass. Like, that's possible. You find that you don't know how to make the right decisions. See, you'll only rely on people who can think to make decisions for you. You'll only just be able to store information. That's it. And you believe that actually means that you're intelligent. No, it doesn't mean that at all.